You know how it is when you're working hard, trying to provide for your family, and just eventually, some days you just go through the motions. But tragically, it seems like that's what this mother did. She went through the motions. She went through the motions, thought she dropped her child off at preschool or daycare, but he ended up being left in the hot car at 1 year old while she went to work at the hospital. And later he was found dead.
Lawrenceville police say a 1-year-old boy died after his mother left him inside a car. Police say it happened Wednesday afternoon while she went to work at a Gwinnett County hospital. The mother is now charged with second-degree murder. Chase Howell is live outside the Northside Gwinnett Hospital. Chase, police describe the mom as devastated. Walk us through what investigators say happened here.
Cheryl, this is a heartbreaking story, and what makes it sadder is that the Lawrenceville Police Department says that the mom told officers that she forgot that her 1-year-old son was in the backseat of her car after she dropped her 2 other children off at daycare earlier that morning. Deja Coleman, a mother of 3, was arrested Wednesday after her 1-year-old son was found dead in her car in the parking lot of Northside Hospital in Gwinnett County, where she works.
She was devastated. She was devastated.
Lawrenceville police say Coleman went into work around 7 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't until about 4 o'clock that afternoon when police say a person spotted the baby slumped over in the back seat.
The citizen said that the child was unresponsive. They were banging on the window, unable to get a response.
Once officers got on scene, they broke the car window, but police say the baby was already dead.
I know that they took the inside reading of the car approximately 1 hour after the child was removed, and the temperature 1 hour later was 117 degrees.
Oh, this is heartbreaking. I can't imagine what's going through the mother's mind right now. But I do have a question. She said that she dropped her 2 other kids at daycare. Where was the infant supposed to go? Was the infant supposed to be at daycare? Was he supposed to be somewhere else? Where exactly was he supposed to be? Yeah. It's a tragic situation. And I guess you can consider this a horrible accident. But at the end of the day, you still need to go to jail for accidents sometimes. I mean, maybe because I'm not a parent. But how do you forget your own child in the car while you're leaving for work? The baby's not going to cry. You don't look back. You just immediately get out and close the door. It's hard to think about, y'all. Let's keep going, though.
Police say Coleman is charged with second-degree murder because of neglect, not malicious intent.
If you need help, seek help. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're taking care of yourself so that you can take care of your children. But basically, just slow down.
Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't say this, but we don't have all the facts in this case just yet, and we don't know what all was on that mother's plate at the time of this incident. But something I'm working to learn more about is how far exactly that daycare was from here, where she worked at Northside Hospital, Gwinnett, to find out how exactly she could forget her 1-year-old son in the backseat of her car. But for right now,
there's a lot more information we have to learn. Let's keep going into this next video to see if it tells us anything else.
Lawrenceville mother remains in jail facing murder and child cruelty charges after police say she left her 1-year-old son inside a hot car for about 9 hours.
Yeah, just a tragic story. And tonight, the attorney representing 29-year-old Deja Coleman spoke with Atlanta News First. Atlanta News First, Adam Murphy joins us live from outside the Gwinnett County Jail, where Coleman is in custody at this hour. So, Adam, what did her attorney say to you?
Coleman's attorney took a firm stance in this case and said she should not be criminalized for making an honest mistake.
An accident, you can be charged with second-degree murder.
Attorney Tom Ford spoke passionately about the criminal charge.
100%. Yes, you can. You can 100% be charged as an accident for second-degree murder. If I accidentally accidentally get into a crash and kill somebody. It was an accident. Someone died. You have to face responsibility for that. I can accidentally feed my child the wrong food, and then they die from that. You can be charged with that. Child neglect is a thing. And this seems like the clearest definition of child neglect, if you ask me. Now, of course, it was an accident. No one's saying that she attempted to leave her child in the car. No. But child neglect is a charge. Second-degree murder, depends on how much time it's going to give her, but it's a crazy situation no matter how you look at it. But yes, you can be charged for murder because of an accident.
Charges filed against his client, Deja Coleman, just days after the hot car death of her 1-year-old child.
We've labeled a grieving mother a murderer. She's preparing for the funeral services of her son while she can't get a bond because she's called a murderer. That's wrong. That's not the society we live in, to criminalize good faith mistakes.
Ford said Coleman was in an abusive relationship and was also in a protective home trying to care for her 3 children and was sleep deprived when she accidentally left her child in a hot car.
I would submit there's no charges at all because to be tired is not a crime.
Lawrenceville police responded to a 911 call just before 4 o'clock last Wednesday after a citizen spotted an unresponsive child in a car seat in the parking lot at Northside Hospital in Gwinnett. According to police, Coleman forgot her son was still in the back seat after dropping off her 2 other children at daycare. Police said the child was in the car for about 9 hours.
You won't find a citizen on the planet that will say she didn't love and adore these 3 children. I've been moved by spending time with her. Her faith in God. She told me last night that she felt that her purpose in this was to learn humility, to learn patience and grace.
Now, it's a tragic situation, but a mistake was made. Now, tired, I understand that, but you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot let your tiredness cause a death of your child. You got to do everything you can not to have that happen. So if you got to call out of work saying, oh, I can't come to work, or hopefully so you can find somebody to take care of them. But it still goes to the question, where was the child supposed to be? Where did she think the child was? It's a tragic situation. Now, do I think she needs to get life in jail? No, absolutely not. But a year or 2, I can see it. I can see it. It's a tragic situation. Maybe not 2 years, but you got to spend some time behind bars to truly understand what you did. It's a crazy situation, y'all.
Ford said Deja Coleman had no prior criminal history. He believes the law as it stands right now of charging her with second-degree murder falls disproportionately on working-class mothers and women.
Second degree better than first degree. Let's keep going. Let's go over into one more video just to get more details about what the attorney's saying.
Now, in the death of a 1-year-old left in that hot car. The attorney for the mother accused of killing that child by leaving him in that hot car for 9 hours is calling for a new federal law. Channel 2 Gwinnett County Bureau Chief Matt Johnson joins us live now in Gwinnett. So, Matt, the attorney says the charges against that mother should be dropped.
And 29-year-old Deja Coleman has been in the Gwinnett County Jail since last Wednesday, charged with murder since the day her son died. Her attorney right here at the courthouse spoke today about how the charges are unfair and saying that this shouldn't be solved with an arrest. It should be solved with technology and also new laws.
we are criminalizing human error.
Daniel Coleman is just
Yes.
1 year old in these daycare pictures. Police say he died in the backseat of his mother's car last Wednesday while she worked a 9-hour shift at Northside Gwinnett Hospital.
She loves her child.
Coleman's attorney, Tom Ford, calls the arrest unfair and says she simply forgot Daniel after walking her 2 other children inside their daycare.
Daniel had been up teething for a week. It had gotten to the point where it was medical grade sleep deprivation.
Another employee found Daniel that afternoon, and when Lawrenceville police got to the car, it was too late.
There's not any other reason other than being tired. We don't lock people up because they're tired.
Ford says Coleman worked 9-hour shifts as a nursing assistant and was raising the 3 children alone.
She's living in a protected shelter with an autistic 6-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Ford is now taking this to Congress. No car sold in the U.S. is required to detect a child left behind. He wants radar that honks and rolls the window down.
The technology exists. We just need lawmakers with a spine.
Ford says the DA's office has discretion, and he's asking them to do one thing.
If they find no aggravating factors, to dismiss the charges.
And she's being held right now without bond. She has her first court appearance in front of a judge next Tuesday. Live in Gwinnett County.
Now, it is a tragic situation, and the reason she's being charged is not because she was tired. It's because her tiredness led to the death of her child. Now, parents in here or anybody who watching, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Do you think that she should be charged or she should be let go because it was an honest mistake, honest accident, a horrible accident, but it was an accident. It's a tragic situation. I think that parents have to, if you bring a child into this world, you are ultimately responsible for them. Now, there are some times, like we talked about in the last one, where it's too much for you to handle and you need to call somebody who can help you. Now, I don't know if she did that, if she just forgot to call somebody, but ultimately the death was on you. And I like I said, I don't know about the length of time. It's time for me to think about that, but you have to receive some kind of punishment for your actions. Maybe people are saying the death of her child is enough punishment, which I can 100% see that, but accidents can still lead to you going to jail. It's as simple as that. Let's get over into the AI breakdown, y'all, just to see what else we can find out about this case and see if we missed anything. So, as we know, the 29-year-old hospital employee, Deja Coleman, was arrested and charged with second-degree murder and second-degree cruelty to children. The charges follow the death of her 1-year-old son, who was left inside of a locked vehicle for nearly 9 hours in the employee parking lot of the hospital. So she arrived at the hospital around 6:55 to begin her shift. An hour after, another hospital employee spotted the unresponsive toddler and called 911 at 3:50. The vehicle interior temperature was measured to be 117 degrees. Coleman stated that she had dropped her 2 children off at the daycare that morning, but forgot that her youngest son was still in the car seat when she went to work. So I'm trying to figure out, where was the youngest son supposed to go? Was he supposed to be at daycare? Was he supposed to be somewhere else? If he was supposed to be somewhere else with someone else, why didn't that person call? It's a lot of questions. Law enforcement emphasized that the charges are based on criminal negligence and neglect rather than malice intent to cause harm. So the defense attorney held a news conference on the prosecution to drop all criminal charges. The defense argues that the incident was tragic, devastating accident caused by severe sleep deprivation. Before the incident, Coleman was balancing a demanding 9-hour shift as a certified nurse assistant while living in a shelter with her 3 children. The defense is utilizing the case to urge Congress to pass bipartisan federal bill requiring child detection sensors technology in all new production vehicles. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. That sounds like a good thing, and it would stop a lot of deaths. Hopefully. Now, I did want to see if any more information we had. So, Coleman is a mother of three. Her normal routine involves taking her 6 and 4-year-old children to the daycare first. One of these older children has specialized medical needs, so that was that autism. Because her special needs child requires her to physically walk them into the daycare building, her usual routine was to return to the car afterward to retrieve her 1-year-old son, Daniel, for his drop-off. Her defense noted that she experienced a fatal lapse in memory on July 29th, bypassing the second step entirely and driving straight to her shift on autopilot. Attorney Tom Ford stated that Coleman suffered a medical-grade sleep deprivation in the days leading up to the tragedy. She has been staying up through the nights with Daniel, who was actively teething while simultaneously juggling demanding of the 12-hour shift. After a hospital coworker spotted the boy slumped over in the car at 3:50, emergency personnel arrived on the scene. Police officers had to manually shatter one of the vehicle's windows to pull him out of the car, but he was already deceased. The police captain noted that when Coleman was notified of her son's death in the parking lot, she was completely devastated. Police arrested her directly at the scene. It's definitely, I can't imagine the pain the mother must have been going through. Coleman was denied bond during her initial court appearance. She is currently being held at the Gwinnett County Detention Center. She is scheduled to appear before a judge on August 11th. While the defense's primary goal is to completely dismiss the charges, Tom Ford had indicated that if the prosecution refuses to drop the charges, he will push to have the felony second-degree murder charge reduced to involuntary manslaughter. Now, involuntary manslaughter sounds more appropriate for this type of case to me, because murder definitely sounds it doesn't seem like a murder charge to me. Like I said, I don't think she needs to spend that much time in jail, but she does need to face the punishment for her actions. It's a tragic situation, y'all, but let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's absolutely crazy.